All right, everyone, welcome back to Distant Star Cares Extra Live 2018. As promised, we are back with MyOhMyke with some Pokey percent in EarthBound.
Hello,
and I am loving those kids' names.
Well, I'm ready to go when you are. I can give you a countdown if you need it. I've got to do this race, and then I'll be ready to go. Here we go.
All right.
I'll get started in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, my timer didn't start. There we go. So if you saw on the name screen there, we'll be playing Pokey percent. And ooh, I just knocked my headphones out. The objective for Pajama percent is to beat the game while Ness is wearing pajamas. The objective for Pokey percent obviously is going to be beat the game while Ness is named Pokey. We're going to be using a lot of the similar glitches that we did in Pajama percent. Because at some point when I was just getting bored with Pajama percent, I just wanted to goof around in EarthBound a little bit. I just started trying to use the same tricks in different ways. So we're going to be seeing more stairs glitches, but we're going to be using them to do different things. We might be seeing some of the same boss fights, but we're going to be seeing those boss fights with different party lineups, having to use different strategies. Even the way that we're going to build our party is going to be very, very different in this category. Because obviously the objective here is not to beat the game just by naming Ness Pokey. The objective here is going to be beating the game when Ness is not in the party. Ness might have better things to do. Maybe he's got other places to be. Maybe he just doesn't believe in the prophecy. Maybe he just doesn't want to be the hero. Whatever it is, Ness just decides he's not going to help save the universe this time. But the prophecy very specifically says that we need 4 heroes. We need 3 boys and a girl. The prophecy is very, very specific about this. So we need to find somebody to take Ness's place in the party, and that somebody is going to be Pokey, who joins your party as a guest temporarily at the start of the game, and he contributes absolutely nothing to your party while he's there. Let me do this text box. There we go. He has, I think, 2 different air quote attacks. 2 different things in his battle script. One of them is to waste a turn by hiding behind Ness. The other is to waste a turn by complaining at Ness. And that's the end of his battle script. So we're going to start off the same way we did in Pajama percent. This door is locked. We got Ness underground. Ness is trapped in this room. And everybody wave goodbye to Ness, because we're not going to be seeing him for the rest of the speedrun. We might see his sprite pop up in a couple of places in cutscenes, but he's never going to rejoin the party as a playable character. From here to the end of the run. And excuse me. I don't know if the incentive for unlocking all the guest characters has been met or not, but that is something that can wait till closer to the end of the run, so that can stay open if anybody wants to donate towards that incentive so we can meet that. We'll be able to, or it will add a little bit of time to run, but we'll add a lot more characters to the party that normally I wouldn't pick up in any speedrun, much less this speedrun. And we're going to bring quite a big crew over to the Gygas fight. And maybe make up for the fact we don't have Ness. We're going to make up for that in just sheer numbers and size of our party. 2018. But the rout's going to be roughly the same until we get the town map, and then that's when some of the differences are going to start cropping up. Hopefully one of the big differences will also be I won't get hard stuck at Starman fight. That'd be great. I was feeling really good about the run right up until I got stuck at Starman in that last run. There he is. There's the stupid broken key all over again. Still doesn't work. One of the biggest differences in this one is going to be the money route, because normally most of the money that you get in Pajama Percent you get by very simply taking Ness's ATM card and withdrawing money from the ATM. But we don't have Ness, and we don't have his ATM card, and that's going to be it's going to cramp his style a little bit. Whoops. Yeah, either I missplit or I just got a cold split there. Yeah, I think I missplit. How about you guys? There we go. And maybe if you joined late for Pajama Percent and you're not entirely sure what's going on with these stairs here, I'm getting a game over on the stairs on purpose. Stairs are very, very complicated in the world of EarthBound. What happened there was I got a game over while I was standing in the middle of a staircase. So as far as the game is concerned, even though I game overed, I've loaded a completely different save file, the game still thinks I'm standing on a set of stairs, which means it's letting me walk out of bounds. That's one of the things you're able to do when you're on a staircase. From a coding aspect, that's just how they let you walk through otherwise impassable terrain, only at those specific spots. Is you get on a staircase and you can walk through the wall there. And I'm able to walk through walls until I get off of the staircase. And since I didn't make it, I died. The game still thinks I'm on that staircase and it's letting me walk through the walls. All the way here to, oh no, we're just here to pick up the town map for right now. And the town map's going to let us do a little bit more out of bounds than we would be able to otherwise. I know we mentioned it during the last run. But if I were to pick up the Soundstone, I'd be able to do even more. I'd be able to go literally anywhere in the game I want to with the out of bounds glitch. But getting the Soundstone takes a while, and for specifically just being the game, whoops, in this setting, it just takes too long to get the Soundstone. You don't end up saving enough time because we just have so many other glitches at our disposal. So this is where the route's going to start differing a little bit. In Pajama Present, at this point, I'd have Jeff go out of bounds, and he'd go to the south and end up in Dalam to do Pooh's training sequence. And then you do the Pooh's training sequence, you would teleport to Summers, and your whole party's there. And that's great, except this is a category where I'm not allowed to have Ness in the party. So I've got to find another way to find my friends, because that may be the fastest way, but it's not going to work for this rule set. So I'm just going to go all the way back home. Not the jet, so I'm going to go back to Ness's house. I'm listening for the meteorite crashing here. Boom, there it is. That's how I know I'm back in the house. And you are required to pick up this baseball bat. The game will not let you leave without any weapons. The game will fuss at me if I don't equip it, and Jeff obviously can't equip it, he can't use baseball bats, but it lets me move on, which is great, because otherwise the cat would be a little bit dead right there, I think. But another thing you'll notice is, even though we're in the prologue, there are enemies about, and that's because we've come back here in kind of an odd way, and we've turned enemy spawns back on. Now that I have the pop gun on, though, if anything else wants to pick a fight, we should be able to just automatically win the fight rather than actually enter the encounter. Yeah. So there's still, the enemies are still trying to attack me because they're like, oh man, he's level 1. And then the game does the, it does the math and the attack roll, and it's like, oh no, you're just gonna steamroll this snake. The dogs, I guess, they still have to fight. And I may not ever end up using it, but we're gonna do some of this prologue exactly as normal. We're gonna go talk to Pokey, go back home, go to sleep. Oops. And up to this point, we are technically still valid for a pajama percent run. Even though Ness is not in the party, wherever in the world he is, he's still in his PJs.
Is now a good time to read a donation?
Absolutely.
All right, I have a $10 donation from Hunter RNG that says, MyOhMyke is doing amazing things, and I'm honored to have been able to race him. Good luck without Sans. I mean, Ness. So thank you very much for that awesome donation. So at this point, Ness is not Sans is up by $10 at the moment. So that's where we stand on that. And for our incentive challenge, View the Credits is still down by $9, so if you guys want to go ahead and donate to that to see the amazing credit sequence, please do so. And also, the Bring All Guests in the Party incentive has been met.
Nice.
So we'll be doing that. And the last one I did want to talk about, as Hunter was talking about with bringing Paula home, this run actually lets you go two places. We either can go to Onett, which is Ness's hometown, or we can take Paula home to Tucson, which is her hometown. So that's what that incentive is for, to bring her home to Tucson.
Right.
So if it does not get met, we'll take her back to Onett. So if you guys want to send her home to the Pulsar Academy or the elementary school, please send your donations in for that. It's only $10.
Yeah, now
keep those donations coming.
What makes that an interesting incentive is normally you'd have two playable characters in your party at that point. You'd have Ness and Paula in your party, and Ness would walk Paula home like the gentleman he is, and then Ness would go home himself. But we don't have Ness, and even at that point in the game, even though we've beaten Gygas and seen all the cutscenes and talked to everybody in the world, Ness is still missing. So Paula's going to walk herself home and leave the party, and that's not the end of the game. So something has to happen at that point, and that is what makes that incentive interesting. I will say every time I've done that, depending on what names are put in, whether I'm running console or emulator, something different has happened every time I've done that as an incentive. So I'm not exactly sure what's going to happen. I just know a couple of the possibilities. Also, the cutscene we just watched, where Jeff got booted back up to Ness's room, that is what invalidates this as a pajama percent run. Even though Ness will not be in the party, he's no longer in his pajamas. And the difference in sprite is not really what invalidates it. It's the fact that I'll be able to call Ness's dad to save the game anywhere in the world is what really makes it a distinct run. So I'm going to have a lot more save points to work with for all these glitches. But I'm going to be without the main character. What am I doing? I'm using a Summer's skip. I know exactly what I'm doing. So even I'm leaving home without the dog here. We are going to go pick up all of our guests. We're just going to pick them up a little bit closer to the end of the run. Every time I've practiced the incentive where I get all of my guest characters as early as possible, the first major boss fight goes just completely sideways. And I'm not exactly sure why. Like I was working on it earlier, and I was stuck at the bar fight for a good 45 minutes. I deleted the save, I started back over, and I got through first try. I'm not sure why bringing all the extra party members makes the RNG just so much more difficult to fight through there. And maybe it's nothing. Maybe I just had a spot of bad luck. So obviously, today has not been the luckiest day for me in RNG in this game. But I'm just gonna save him for the end of the run, just to be a little more marathon safe. I'll try to keep those first couple of boss fights a little closer to vanilla as possible. I need to get up there, and that buffalo is just in the way. One of the things you'll immediately notice is I'm here to get Sunstroke, just like I am a Pajama Percent. The runs do follow some similar routing ideas, but I only have Jeff in the party. In Pajama Percent, you'd have Pooh, and if you're like, oh no, I'm about to get into an encounter, you can have Pooh cast teleport, walk away from the encounter, and be completely safe. I don't have that luxury in this category, which is something we'll be saying a lot of. Jeff's going to be by himself for quite a bit, and he's going to be level 1 for almost all of it. There we go. And, oh wow, he's only got 9 hit points. I still need to get Sunstroke. There it is. Wow, I might have gotten it exactly when I need it. Run, 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 run. So I gotta do a little bit of shopping. I'm gonna buy these calorie sticks because they're very, very cheap, and at this point in the game, they are a full heal for sure. I'm gonna need a little bit extra healing in this category versus Pajama Percent, just because I don't have Ness and Pooh's psychic abilities to bank on right now. That's exactly what I want to see. So just at critical hit points, I'm gonna save the game. Hey, that's a gold split for getting Sunstroke. So I'm going to add one extra shopping trip to the run here. We're going to use this 3 Tefar. We're going to use it a couple of times more than you do in Pajama Percent. And I'm going to head to the Tucson department store now to go pick up a teddy bear. Those do help you out in combat. They will take damage in place of your party members. They'll just absorb an attack. And I'm maybe not psychic attacks, but they'll absorb pretty much any other kind of attack. The only catch is they only do that 70% of the time, which, if you ask me, it's about 30% too few. Especially because it's a $100 teddy bear. Like, that's a very expensive teddy bear we're about to go buy. But it only has a 70% chance of absorbing the attack, which is going to give me a little extra breathing room as far as RNG is concerned in the first boss fight against Barf. I completely forgot. I was just gonna walk out of bounds. I forgot I was doing a 3 there. You do have to, for that step, you have to be holding right, which I wasn't doing. I was holding up because I forgot what I was doing. If you're not holding right, you've got to you have to react properly to make the timing match up. But what usually happens is I buy the teddy bear. The first round, the teddy bear does absolutely nothing, and I game over. And then the second try, I end up not needing the teddy bear at all. So usually this ends up just being a waste of $100. But if I don't get it, then I could be stuck in that boss fight for a while, waiting for good RNG. Oh, give me a break today, 3 Skip. I'm cursed. I don't know why I have the yips on this. I've been practicing all day. I was feeling so confident until the Pajama Percent run did not go so well. I think I can just get 1 here. I'll be okay for the rest of the day. But now I just feel like I can't do it. There we go. Boom, 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 boom. Alright, hold right this time. And instead of going off to the northwest towards Dungeon Man, I'm gonna head north here towards the Tucson department store. And see, Pokey's just gonna faithfully follow us around. Pokey Prime. We have the real Pokey before, when he was still just our neighbor and kind of annoying, but a friendly neighbor at least. I should be there now, yeah. Because we're going to meet Evil Pokey later, of course. Oh my gosh, I thought it was $98. It sells for $98. It's a $178 teddy bear that only works 70% of the time. I forgot. Teddy bear is super expensive. And wait for it to hit critical hit points again. There we go. A little bit behind here. Nah, we're good. The text box there to get the game over, it's a little bit tricky. If you mash B, you end up continuing. If you mash A, you also end up continuing. You have to make sure you just menu properly there. And not go crazy with the turbo controller. Making our way to Dungeon Man again, but I don't need to pick up the Hawkeye this time because I'm at it right to Deep Darkness, and as you can hear, this is the music for Deep Darkness. This is exactly where I want to be. But picking up the Soundstone, would let me stop here and go to Deep Darkness, but that wouldn't unlock the teleport to Deep Darkness, and that would end up costing me a ton of time. On top of the time you spend getting the Soundstone, so that's one of the reasons why. It's not so useful for this speedrun, even though it's available to us. Oops, I lost kind of my hit points. Careful. Yep, I was just about to say their enemy spawns are still on here, so I gotta be careful not to run into anything. If your stairs glitch was a little bit off, you might get onto the submarine anyway, but if you do your stairs glitch just a little bit wrong, the game tries to move the submarine to the stairs, which causes a soft lock, as you might imagine. Because there's no way to open up the map or use the Soundstone to kind of get yourself freedom of movement, so the submarine's just sitting there, bobbing along, not moving, and you're just stuck there until you reset. But as I was saying, the money route in Pokey Percent is very, very, very tight. There's not a whole lot of extra cash around, so I'm actually going to take the time to spend the night here. Just so that Jeff fixes the broken spray can. Just so I get a little bit of extra cash, because I don't want every dollar I can get. But also, I don't need to wait for Jeff to be at critical hit points in this section, so having him heal there is not the end of the world. Boom, boom, boom. Defense spray, there it is. Multi-bottle rocket. And I buy ahead a little bit and grab some super bombs. And here comes the biggest difference between this and Pajama Percent is I can use this save point here in the corner. So all that walking around we did in Deep Darkness by having Pooh spam teleport and walking through the muck, forget all that. We don't got time for that. We're just going to save the game, go out of bounds, and go right over to the Tenda Village. Which is fantastic. Even though there are no enemy encounters in Deep Darkness anymore, that's just a lot of walking around to do. And there's a good chance, I won't say there's a good chance, but there's a chance you can undo all your work by actually finishing a teleport, which just feels terrible. But I don't have to worry about any of that. I'm just going to go right to the end of the section here. The downside is I skip all the items in Deep Darkness. As I said, the money being as tight as it is, it'd be really nice to pick up the Cup of Life noodles and it's not the Talisman pendant. There's another item in Deep Darkness that sells for quite a bit of cash. I'd really like to get it, but I can't open presents when I'm in the middle of a stairs glitch. And getting back over there in the darkness is slow, especially since I won't have teleport and I won't be able to see where I'm going. So we're going to have to leave it behind. I'm going to watch this cutscene before I take a safety save here. Which is something else you can do in Pokey Percent versus Pajama Percent. You don't really get to take any marathon safety saves. Because there's just nowhere for you that you're allowed to save. No, but we're actually going to go fight Master Barf next, and we're going to come from the wrong side. Oh, I've got too much stuff. Get out of here, Ruler. Get out of here, Protractor. Which is why I had to watch that long bit of text right outside the entrance. I knew I was going to have to watch it at some point, so I decided to do it before I saved. But the reason why we're coming here first... Oops, let me heal up before I die. And the reason why I'm coming here first is that this is another way to add Pooh to the party. He joins your party after the training sequence, like he does in Pajama Percent. Then later on in a casual playthrough, he'll leave the party. I didn't think I'd be able to get through there. That's alright. He'll leave the party in a casual playthrough at the end of the pyramid, and he doesn't rejoin your party until you get through Deep Darkness. So we're just going to skip to the end of Deep Darkness and have him join us here. He's going to miss out on the EXP you get in the training sequence, but he'll get the EXP from this boss fight regardless. So he'll still learn teleport. And the reason why everything's dark and it looks really weird back here is I'm supposed to use the Hawkeye to be able to see in the Deep Darkness. It's very aptly named. But we're skipping that entirely. You can still walk through here, just kind of muddle your way through it. And we're only going as far as this boss fight, so I don't have to go through the whole thing. Alright, Teddy Bear. Time for you to... do your job here, buddy. Let's go. Multi-bottle rocket. Started continuous attack. The Teddy Bear is completely trashed. But I get my multi-bottle rocket off, and the damage was not great. Continuous attack, and Jeff is super dead. See, what'd I tell you? I told you. First time I get through, I'm gonna game over. Second time I get there, he'll probably just make Jeff cry 2 turns, and then the teddy bear won't do anything. I told you. Just a waste of $178. But if I didn't get it and I was here for 6 or 7 boss fights, that would be equally as bad. Boom, boom, boom. Ba, 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 da, da. Hold on. Alright, 25. For some reason I thought it said I had 5 hit points. I was like, wait a minute. That doesn't make any sense. But yeah, the RNG for this boss fight replaces the heavy RNG luck you need for Starman. I need that kind of luck in this fight this time. See, didn't work on a teddy bear, so that didn't teddy bear didn't do anything for me there. 999 damage, still not enough. Continuous attack. All right, good. The teddy bear actually saved the game over here. Come on, that's enough damage. There we go. So it wasn't $178 wasted. It was $178 well spent. Thank you so much, teddy bear. And now we got a nice long level up sequence here. If there's anything to read or promote, this is a good time to do it.
I did want to go ahead and mention that we do have a prize now from Extra Life.
Hey.
So thanks to you guys, we have unlocked a new donation incentive. It's actually a discount code to buy a custom real wood Extra Life phone case from Carved X for just $10. So
Whoa.
give us a few moments to add this into the donation tracker, and we are able to do that. So again, if you donate $15 or more, that new prize could be yours if you are interested. So thank you very much for that.
We're almost to the end of the level up sequence. So I have to, I still have to go to the Starman base, which means I need to use that 3 skip one more time. Which means Jeff needs to be at critical hit points again. And he just leveled up a ton. So he's got a lot of hit points to work his way through. So I'm about to buy maybe about a half dozen skip sandwiches, but I'm not going to use them all right away. Because going too fast during the next few minutes of the speedrun here, it's going to just cost me a lot of time waiting for hit points. As soon as I find the teleport button, there we go. So we only got one more party member to pick up. One more main party member, I should say, and that's Paula. Oops, I don't have any cash. We gotta sell stuff. I might have changed my route up a little bit. I may not have. Oh yeah, Death Ray. That's what I need to sell. That'll work. So our last party member to join is gonna be Paula. But again, I gotta think about how I'm gonna get her, because in Pajama Present, she just joins. She's just there with the rest of the party when Pooh joins. But we've already got Pooh, and we can't do the training sequence, so what are we gonna do? Save, reset. And I'll tell you what we're gonna do. First thing we're gonna do is go grab the Franklin badge. Yeah, Pooh just learns to spell normally. He doesn't learn it just as part of the cutscene, which is fantastic. The way I actually used to do this, way back when I was first working on the route, was I would play as Pooh in the sequence as normal, and I'd sequence break him all the way out to the Lost Underworld, and hope that I got good RNG in a dinosaur fight to get him the levels he needed to teleport to Onet. It's a very long trip out of bounds. It's like the only place you can go to out of bounds from there without the town map. Is just so happens to be Lost Underworld, and that's how I would use to level him up to start grabbing all my other party members. There are lots of goofy ways to play through this game with all the different glitches. That's a crow. Go away. Come on. Stuck on a door, or stuck on the corner of the house there. Am I Pokey? Well, yes, technically I am Pokey. But not the Pokey you're probably looking for. So we've got the Franken badge, which means we can go get Paula. The normal way. We can just go fight Card Painter now. And go free Paula that way. Get the key to the cabin, come back, set her free. Thing that we didn't do in Pajama Percent. But there are lots and lots of people between me and Card Painter willing to fight me to defend him. I don't want to fight through all those minions. Fights won't necessarily be tough, but it means I'm going to be spending bonds or psychic points. It's going to take a lot of time. It's going to take a lot of resources. I'd like to get through that section for free if possible. So I'm going to go out of bounds. And I'm going to do basically a gigantic circle that takes about, I don't want to say half. I haven't really looked at the map that well to know, but we're going to do a very long, very big circle here through the void on this trip out of bounds. And again, I could use my skip sandwiches and make this trip go faster, but I need Jeff to hit like 60 hit points or so, and he's about to level up a little bit more. So I'm going to use 1. Am I aware there's a sound issue? No. What is the sound issue?
Mike, you're actually good. I was mentioning there isn't a bug with Twitch, so if you're at 360p, the sound will not come through correctly, so you'll have to up your resolution to 480p or more. That's been a bug for as long as I can remember, so unfortunately, Twitch has not fixed that yet.
That's so weird.
It is. It's a very weird bug, and I wish that they would fix it. But carry on.
Alright. So these purple rooms here that are, I want to say maybe, no, Moonside wouldn't be on the map, so they're in somewhere in Forside. But those purple rooms happen to share the same tile set with the building in Happy Happy Village, where Card Painter's hanging out. So I have to go down there, and if I can go down there, open up the map. I've got the right graphics loaded in for where I want to go. And now I have to walk all the way back to the Winter's Drugstore, because the Winter's Drugstore is actually right next to Card Painter. They're literally neighbors in the world map. But there's no other way for me to load that part of the game other than to do this big circle. But you can see if I get there's the drugstore for music for the Winter's Drugstore. You can skip all that fighting and go right to the end. And if I'm lucky, Pooh will take him out in the first turn here. Or the Franklin badge will do the work for me. But we'll see how it goes. And this fight's not difficult though. I'm not in any real danger here. Boom. So as I said, we got Pokey Prime in the party. We've got the good Pokey. We come outside and there's evil Pokey. So now we can go free Paul. We'll have our full party all together. Paula, Jeff, Pooh, and Pokey. Just as the developers intended. I mean, it fits the prophecy. It's 3 boys and a girl. So I don't know what else anybody could ask for. And another teddy bear. Bum, 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 bum. Gotta do a little bit of shopping before I go to the Starman fight. Because then I have everybody, and I can go fight Starman. I could go fight the Starman, do the Starman base without Paula. But Paula's, as we saw in Jefferson, Paula's very, very important for the end of the run. I don't want her to miss that EXP. But now I'm about to go shopping, again. I can talk about why money's such a big pain in the butt here. Because all of that money that I've earned from fighting is in Nessa's bank account. And this NPC, this little dude here, will withdraw money from that bank account. He's just going to charge me a huge fee to do so. Because I guess, you know, he's basically stealing money from Ness here illegally. So, charges quite a hefty fee of 100%. If I want to withdraw $500, I have to pay him $500. So I get exactly half of the money that I earn through combat in this category, which is not a great return on investment. I don't think I've got enough for another bomb, so but I've already bought bombs. I just needed to distribute them. Boom, 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 boom. Whoops, that's not what I wanted to do. There we go. I'm still waiting for Jeff to hit critical hit points here. Wait. Shoot. Was that the... I don't remember if that was the message or... It must have been because I mashed me some text. Why is Pokey still following me? Because this is Pokey%, and he is a hero. He is one of the chosen 4 to save the universe this time. And just to explain, because I'm thinking you've just joined us here, Papa. This is a category that allows the use of multiple save files. We have to take our save file in the first slot from the beginning to the end of the game. But we can use the other 2 save files to help us pull off glitches. To move around the map and do different things, which is why I'm loading a different save file here. I know people who come in later like, hey, you're using pre-made save files, and that's generally not allowed in speedrunning. But this is one of the categories that's an exception. Alright. So the Starman fight is next. Let me get there. I might be a little too far ahead. Nope, we're good. Let's life up Jeff. Let's life up Jeff. But this fight should not be as difficult in this category as it was in the other category. Again, because of the rolling hit point meter, which is probably going to save my bacon here. Jeff, if Starman here opens up with a PK Starstorm, it's probably still going to kill everybody in the party, but Jeff has enough hit points to still get to his turn, and at least shoot his first multi-bottle rocket. Which means he'll be able to deal out the damage, and that might be enough to get me to the end of the fight. Who has some extra hit points too, so he might be able to get 2 attacks off. I don't necessarily need the RNG to be perfect. If everybody gets killed in the first turn, I could probably still game over, but it's not a guaranteed thing. I can fight back and maybe win. Boom, boom. She has no super bombs. Why do you not have any super bombs? What did I do with the super bombs? I gave them both the poo. That's fine. She only has 30. Oh, and she gut saved, of course. Ooh, we barely made a C. What happened is this teddy bear. Paul doesn't have a super bomb. Paul had a super bomb and I got through that fight. I can't believe I'm resetting on that fight in this category. Oh, come on it, Mike. I forgot to. I blamed a super bomb on the wrong person. What actually happened there that almost cost me the fight to begin with was I need to toss out my teddy bear because the teddy bear's not going to do me any good in this fight. If he opens up with Starstorm, we're all going to die. Teddy bear can't do anything to stop that. What the teddy bear does do is it takes up time having to mash through text of the teddy bear dying, which means Jeff might not get his turn off. So I need to drop that teddy bear because I was very lucky to get to Jeff's turn there at all. And if I got better damage rolls, I still would have won that fight regardless. But I didn't get great damage rolls, and he opened up with Starstorm. Let's do that. No, what am I doing? Let me read what I'm doing. There we go. Boop, boop. Okay. I think the worst thing menuing in this game is if a party member is knocked out, because it changes the item menu completely. So if you're not careful, instead of using an item, you'll probably end up dropping it by accident. Characters who are knocked out, you can't use items in the inventory of knocked out party members, so you have to give the item to somebody else and then use it. Which just changes, the button presses you have to menu with. That can be a thing sometimes. Of course, he's gonna open up with Starstorm. He always opens up with Starstorm. Paul's gonna get her turn. I forgot to get rid of the teddy bear, and Jeff didn't get his turn. I forgot to get rid of the teddy bear. I'm not gonna get his turn off. Starman, buddy, that's like 6 Starstorms in a row, man. Can you please not do that for once? I remember to drop the teddy bear. Paul has been gut saving every time though, so that's nice. I've got that going for me.
Hey, speaking of Paula, can I read another donation real quick?
Absolutely.
Sweet. I got another $10 donation from Hunter RNG that says, I want to see Mike break the game through Paula's home. So with that, we did meet the donation incentive for the Bring Paula Home.
Nice.
So that we're up to $83. So thank you very much. Keep that money coming.
I wasn't holding right. Oh, I'm so stupid. I think we might have gotten there. No. What is wrong with me today in this room? All day long. I I have been stuck at this screen for too long today. All day long. All day long. You really have to be holding right on that trick. In order to keep your movement consistent. So you don't have to guess when to turn around. I don't know why I have such a bugaboo about it today. And I think I might have been too fast in this section too, but we'll see. We'll see if it gives me the movement. You can actually kind of tell just when loading the game. If it takes a little bit longer to save than you think it should, then that usually means it's loading in your new area. What is wrong with me today? I don't understand why I'm missing the easy part of this trick. So much today. This is why I gave a nice big fat estimate, though. If I don't get it this time, I should drop the teddy bear and then resave that file anyway. So I don't have to think about it. Because I still gotta do that. Gotta drop that teddy bear. That looks good. Thank goodness. Okay. I thought I had another Cali stick. It doesn't matter, I can just use the spell to heal. I should probably top him off, huh? I just realized he's not actually at max. There we go. And she needs a super bomb. Man, my inventory is a mess. DSC, yes. Okay. Dun. I was about to say, should be seeing it pretty soon here. Alright, please don't open with Starstorm. Please, just once. Just once. Super bomb. Auto rocket. Super bomb. That's fine. Thank you. Why couldn't I get that? My gosh. Split. Good grief. I finally beat Starband today. I'm so happy. The run is over. Thank you everyone for coming. Good grief. So another benefit to not having Ness in the party is this EXP only gets split 3 ways. So Paul is going to end up with a little bit more EXP at the end of the run than usual, which means you'll have more hit points and be a little sturdier for the Gyga's fight. And the same thing with Jeff. He's more likely to get better damage rolls. Everybody's stats are just in general going to be better. And Pooh got mortally wounded. You know, it might have... I don't know if it would have saved time or not, but if Pooh was knocked out and Jeff and Paula just split the CXP 50% each, that might have been better for. Definitely would have been better for marathon safety. I don't know if that would have been faster or not. We would have skipped all of this text for sure. Alright, let's see if I can remember what you do after Starman. Now that I can actually see it today. Alright. So we're gonna go get the exit mouse and leave. In Pajama Percent, you have to make an extra special trip to enter any cave, some kind of cave, so the exit mouse has somewhere to take you. But I'm not so sure we explain why that is. The exit mouse, if you read the Indian description, the exit mouse takes you to the entrance, or the exit, I guess, if you will, of whatever dungeon you happen to be in. But the way that the game keeps track of that is it keeps track of which cave or which dungeon you last entered. So we haven't entered the Starman DX base. We glitched our way here. We never went through the front door. So the exit mouse can't take us there. We've never been through the front door. The last cave we went through the air quote, the front door of is this one. All the way back in Happy Happy Village when we went to go get Paul. I'm not going to be able to do that teleport. What am I doing? And then now I'm going to go grab the Overcoming Shyness book from Onett. And we're going to be able to teleport there because I was able to unlock the teleport to Onett. And you can see it's still nighttime because it's still the prologue, technically. We haven't really started the game yet. We still have to go safe picking and all that stuff. As a matter of fact, if I tried to go walk to Nessa's house now, the roadblock from the police is still there. Just like it is at the start of the game. What am I doing? I got the book. What am I doing? I need to go shopping. That's what I need to do. I had to think about it for a second. So normally for the Electrospectre fight, you can throw 2 multi-bottle rockets at him. I'm only going to throw the one because I'm just short on cash. I could go shopping and get a second one, but then I'm not going to have cash for multi-bottle rockets for after this fight. So at some point I need to cut out a multi-bottle rocket from the route, and I'm choosing to do it here. Teleport A to the village. And I do need to know what the player name is going to be. Though I don't think I've heard any donations go to it. Whoops, I'm just sitting here talking. Dog no wall. There we go.
Alright, as of right now, it is still Ness is not Sans for the player name.
Okie dokie. So that's what we're going to go with. And that is going to close out that bid war for today. So thank you to anybody who donated towards that. Even though I think this category very clearly provides evidence that Ness totally could be Sans. I mean, we still don't know where he went. He's still just missing. He's gone somewhere else to save some other universe. Oops, it's Ness. Capital. Okay. Whoa. skip sandwiches. So something I haven't bothered paying attention to, I just thought of it, I'm going to watch now, is how Pokey climbs rope ladders, or climbs ladders in general. And he doesn't have a sprite for it, so yeah, he just kind of walks down them normally, the same way Pajama Ness would. And we go grab this Rabbit's Charm. Grab its foot. And because I will forget, move the Franken badge over too. Nice damage roll. So this fight in particular, having Pokey can be, wow, one turn, nice. Pokey can affect this fight a little bit more than usual here, because Electrospectre has an HP sucker, and he can absorb more hit points from Pokey than other party members because Pokey has no levels, no gear, not really any kind of stats to speak of. So he'll take about 100 hit points from Pokey here, which is just enough to really just get under your skin. It's not really a big deal in the grand scheme of things, but it'll feel a lot worse than it actually is, probably. So I finally got, Pooh just got his next level healing spell, which means I actually have a res in the party now. Because up till now, I have no life noodles, because we skipped through Deep Darkness. And I have no other way to pick, to res unconscious party members, other than that spell right now, which only has a chance to do it. That's great. So I'm going to grab my seed pen, and then Magic Ant is next. And I'm trying to remember, we met the incentive for bringing the guests along. So I'm going to be grabbing a couple of the flying men here. Now the game will let me talk to more than one flying man here, and more than one will join the party. But if I get more than two, everybody after the second one just disappears. I don't know where to go, but they're not in the party. They just don't affect anything. They don't even show up on the screen. And if I grab exactly two, every combat on the first round of combat, the second flying man will just die. He'll just go unconscious for whatever reason. Because clearly you're not meant to have that many party members to begin with, much less multiple flying men. Nothing at this point in the run is as developers or game is intending it to be. And oh yeah, it's not just enough that we have Giant Ness, right? We've got Giant Pokey now too. He also is not meant to be here, so he also does not have an Underworld sprite. Oh sugar. That was not a good teleport. I'll try and line this one up. I've made it through there before, I swear. It happens. Not very often. Sometimes. Well, let me check my inventory. Yes, I need to go shopping. Deep Darkness. Again, we'll go hit up the ATM man. Shady ATM guy. Oh, get out of my way, dude. Yes, the Pokey percent is a run I've been working on by myself just for fun. It does not have a leaderboard or anything like that. As far as I know, I'm the only one trying to run the game this way. Game 1. Sure would like to be able to buy 3 here, but that's just not gonna happen. She's got 1. Grab 1 for the Kraken. Okay. And I will have to make another shopping trip after Magic Hunt. Whoa, 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 what am I doing? I gotta go to the tent. Skipping to the end of the run here. Oops. Save, reset. So very much unlike a casual playthrough, we're gonna go to Magic Hunt, and instead of Ness being by himself, Ness is the only one not here for this run through Magic Hunt. You know, you'll see when I'm loading in here on the fast select screen, Ness is still level 1. Keep forgetting to make Jeff eat the sandwich. Save a little bit of text. Don't forget to pick. I gotta pick up the flying men. Don't forget to do that. And I'm gonna just pick up the 1. I'm picking up the second one. Doesn't add them on the screen or anything like that, unfortunately. Oh, and the next time I'm in Winners, I gotta grab Bubble Monkey too. It's so nice walking through here with no enemies. Because even in Pajama Percent, there was a time where we'd have to get all 8 sanctuaries and go through Magic Hunt as normal, with Ness by himself and enemy spawns turned on, and it was not fun. Which is what I think makes Pajama Percent such a great category to start with, especially for EarthBound speedrunning. Like, even if you want to move on to like a glitchless category, like, yeah, you get to use glitches in Pajama Percent, but it gives you a taste for the RNG you're going to be dealing with, how the boss fights work, and if you really enjoy Pajama Percent, you might really like glitchless in the other categories. But if the RNG is just too frustrating for you in Pajama Percent, we know not to go and delve into the other categories. But John gives you a little bit of a taste of everything for EarthBound speedrunning. I would imagine. I have not tried glitches myself because I've played enough of John to know I'm not really interested in that. Wow, Flying Man bringing the pain today. What I would really like to do, and I don't know where I'd ever find the time to actually work on this, but I'd like to do like a solo Paula run, which would require, unless you just do the, well, even if you did that, oh no, you jerk. Okay, fine, we'll fight you. I got some extra stuff to throw at you. And I got a Flying Man. But what I'd really like to do is a Paula only run. And unless you do the thing where you just intentionally keep your party members locked out, you can't really do that in the vanilla game. And because for most of the sanctuaries, if Ness is knocked out, you can't do the fight at the sanctuaries. Yes, okay. So you would I'd have to like look at all the PK hacking and all the different things, because there's lots of ways to. There's a good modding scene for EarthBound. I would have to start to get into if I wanted to do it, but like when you finally got that party to Gygas, if you had either if you had like everybody in the party was Paula, like 4 Paulas, you'd fly through the Gygas fight. You just have to figure out how to get there, which I think would be an interesting way to play through the game. But as I said when I loaded in, Ness is still level 1, and we just cleared Magic Cant. And if you're brand new to the game, at the end of Magic Cant, Ness gets a huge bonus here of about 200,000 EXP, and more stat bonuses on top of that to boot. Of course, Ness isn't here, right? So clearly, that's all going to go to our party leader, Paula, right? No. I'm going to be matching through text here for a couple of minutes. This is a good place to read donations, as Ness slowly but surely levels up to level 35, wherever he is in the world.
All right, so as a reminder, we still do have a donation incentive open to view the credits, the awesome credits that are in this game of EarthBound. So that is $9 away from being met. And we do have some new things we do this year, which is called milestone runs. So with every $100 incentive, you actually do unlock a couple of bonus runs in this marathon. We are less than $20 away from unlocking the first one, which is going to be Gundam Battle Assault Seed. So we do have a lot of diversity here as far as speedruns go, so you'll get a little bit of everything. But still a lot more incentives to go, so take your pick.
You don't see a lot of Gundam speedruns, that's for sure. Alright, we're at level 20, and we're going to get up to exactly 35. It's level 35 every time. You get the same amount of EXP every time. Thank goodness for turbo controllers. I'm so glad Conversant's the one category in the entire speedrunning universe that allows turbo controllers. Mine, by the way, just because I've got time to talk here, I went with $5 on, I think it was $5 on Amazon even, a Turbo Touch 360. You can see a D-pad here. It isn't really a D-pad, it's this weird little touchpad thing, and kind of like you see on the Steam controller. It actually plays pretty well. It's a better controller than I thought it was going to be. All I use it for is for Turbo. But if I had to play EarthBound on its controller, I'd be okay with it. It's surprisingly functional because I thought it was going to be just terrible, and it's not. So if my flying man is still alive, and I think I see him there, he'll still be in the party. And here I'm hoping this cutscene goes okay. Please don't self-lock. Don't self-lock. Okay, good. No, Paul walked in line. Should be teleporting. Okay. I managed to soft-lock this cutscene earlier today, and I don't know how I did it, so that's why I was a little nervous. So what I'm going to do right now, and I'm going to talk about it while I do it, I'm going to go unlock the teleport to Saturn Valley. Because we just teleported to Saturn Valley, but we can't teleport to Saturn Valley. Because to unlock the teleport to Saturn Valley, you got to walk through the cave entrance. And man, oh man, do not forget to do that. That is a terrible, terrible, horrible, no good, very bad way to lose a ton of time. Because you have no easy way to get back to Saturn Valley without the teleport. So I'm going to come to Winners. Grab Bubble Monkey. This is where I'm going to start picking up all of my guest characters. There's a monkey at the entrance. Take the monkey, he's noisy. If you buy a pack of bubblegum, the monkey's free. Otherwise, the monkey's $1. And we're like, alright, we'll buy some bubblegum. And he's aptly named a Bubble Monkey because if you give him bubblegum, he does that little number, which is actually used for some puzzling in this part of the game casually. Bubble Monkey's kind of a cool character. I like Bubble Monkey. Now he's in the party. And what is going on? I'm just trying to see. Alright, so what's happening is the two characters at the end of the party are kind of stuck together. Flying Man is trying to move around using Bubble Monkey's movement physics, which is a little bit different than how everybody else follows you. So they're gonna just lag behind the party a little bit. Because the game's not really sure what to do with those two guest characters combined at the end. When I grab Pokey here in a little bit, what's really funny is if the character at the end of the party just acts like the Bubble Monkey is normal. And that's kind of fun to watch them kind of scurry about a little bit more. But right now they're just having some very, very weird glitched out movement. But thanks to your generous donations for the incentive, we're going to go pick up the rest of our guest characters now, which means I have to go all the way back home. Because we haven't done the prologue yet. We haven't started the game, remember? We're supposed to be finding Pokey's brother Pokey, and now that we've found everybody else in the universe that we can find, maybe it's time we go about, going to find Pokey, right? Should still hear the... Ooh, didn't hear the meteorite crash. Oh, that's right, because, I already did that part. Now, I'm pretty sure... At this point, you might be the strongest person in the world, don't you think? So, the dog won't come with us, unfortunately. Not being able to bring the dog is one of the casualties of changing the order of when I bring my guests along. But bringing the dog to the Master Barf fight, I don't know what it is. If I bring him along, Teddy Bear refuses to do anything. That fight is just a hot mess. So I decided to cut him from the route, just because bringing him along kind of makes everything else look really, really weird. If I wait to get everybody at the end of the run, it's a lot safer for a marathon setting. So there's Pokey. Hooray! Ba-da-bum-bum-bum. Oh no! There's a buzzing sound. Yep. There's Buzz Buzz. So Buzz Buzz descends from the heavens in a beam of light to come down and speak to Ness and tell Ness that he is the child of prophecy, that him and this party of 3 boys and a girl must save the universe. And she's going to fly around Ness's head while she gives this monologue. She's going to fly around Ness's head as then Buzz Buzz is flying off the screen because Ness isn't here. So Buzz Buzz is looking for Ness. And our party members are programmed to stare at Buzz Buzz during this cutscene, and Buzz Buzz just flew off screen, so they're all just watching her fly off. And, yeah. So when we get out of the text here, they're still going to be trying to stare at Buzz Buzz for some reason, who's off the screen and not really here. So, this is going to happen. You can also see our flying man's disappeared. Grabbing Buzz Buzz may have booted him out of the party. We will see. Though I don't think so, because it looks like Bubble Monkey's was moving with Picky's physics. So unfortunately, we're not going to see the Bubble Monkey scurry about this time, it looks like. But yeah, that is what's causing the very goofy movement here, is our party members are trying to look at Buzz Buzz still, I believe. And now we gotta fight the first air quote boss of the game. It's Buzz Buzz. I'm sorry, it's not Buzz Buzz. Yeah, let's fight Buzz Buzz. No, it's Starman Jr. And man, oh man, what are we gonna do? Right? So the nice thing about having Buzz Buzz in the party is she opens up every fight with PK shield on the whole party. Yeah, Flying Man's still in the party. And Flying Man fell down. I want to point out that only did 30 damage. That only did 32 damage. I think it's better if I just auto fight here, huh? This fight's not in pajama percent, so I don't know for sure. I should have just had everybody bash. So if I go back to Picky's house now, everybody's going to leave the party, and then the game will soft lock because everybody's trying to talk to Ness, who, once again, is not here. So let's not do that. And let's just bring everybody here to the save point. You see Buzz Buzz is flying around my head as normal now. Actually, I'm saving the game, but I need to go to Saturn Valley. It's gonna go out of bounds. But, you can't go out of bounds where I need to go like that. No. Saturn Valley. You need to go to Saturn Valley. Because we actually have to come all the way back to Onet to check out the meteorite. I still need to get a chunk of meteorite for the professor. For Dr. Anonuts, rather. The problem is I haven't talked to Dr. Anonuts, so I don't know I need it yet. So that's why I couldn't grab it. But if I talked to him first, before I went to go get Picky, there'd be a ton of aliens and robots in the way. It'd be very, very unsafe. I'd probably catch at least one fight and game over. So if I do it this way, I don't have to worry about that either. So now we've flagged the quest. You have to go find a piece of meteorite so we can finish our phase disorder. And the meteorite's in our net. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna teleport to Tender Village. Why did Flying Man and Sedite have a heart attack? I think it's because the game can only handle, I want to say, 6 party members, and I'm totally spitballing. I don't know enough about this game to make a really educated guess. But the game would only really be, you would think, would only be able to handle 4 party members, a guest character, and a teddy bear. And Flying Man's the 7th party member, and party member 7 can't have hit points, so he just immediately gets knocked out. That's what I imagine is happening. And then our other guest characters, like, hang on, chat just closed itself. But our other guest characters like Bubble Monkey, I think Bubble Monkey's also doing it, but Bubble Monkey's not meant to get knocked out in combat. I just don't think there's text for it. But again, I'm just blindly guessing. Are these 6 the best 6? Well, they're the 6 that they're letting me play with, so. I mean, we went to Tender Village, because on the big old world map, it's right next to Onet. And another benefit of being on stairs, because remember we're on stairs, is we cannot get into random encounters. We can't get into a fight. Not that there's anything to worry about here, because we've also got Buzz Buzz. And when Buzz Buzz joins the party, Buzz Buzz turns off random enemy spawns. Oh. Teleport to deep darkness. I gotta do one more shopping trip. Hopefully I don't crash. If I crash, I'll have to stay at Mama's and get my psychic points back. But I should have exactly as many as I need. Ooh, except I can't teleport through here for my last cash grab of the run. Boom, boom. I'm a cash dispenser man. So I need 2 multi-bottle rockets for Gygas, and that's all that's left in the run right now. So I've got just enough for that. Let me see. I want him to have at least 1 bomb to throw. Yeah. Any extra cash I have left over at this point for super bombs, I'm going to give to Paula. Just because she's going to be lasting the longest. And we're gonna be short Ness in the Gygas fight, so she might need a little bit extra ammunition than normal, because we're gonna be down 1 damage dealer, and more likely than not, Pooh is going to get knocked out early after the first phase of the fight. What I don't want to do is be completely out of damage in the Gygas fight for sure. Oops. Every time. And sometimes Buzz Buzz disappears from the screen, but when I come inside, she should be flying around my head still. Yeah. You just told me that. Thank you. So something to keep in mind, I had mentioned earlier during the Starman fight, and a couple of the times, is rolling hit points. Which means that even if a character's about to get knocked out, if I can get to their turn fast enough, they'll be able to get in 1 or 2 more turns before they actually hit 0. The problem is, now I'm carrying around a bunch of dead weight, to be frank. I have to get through Pokey's text, if Pokey takes damage, and he can't contribute to the fight. Bubble Monkey, Flying Man, Buzzmus, etc., etc. They are all eligible to take damage or receive spells, sometimes. The rules for that are a little bit funny, as everything else is in this category. But it's a lot more dead text I have to mash through, where my hit points could be just ticking down slowly, 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 slowly. And also, just in general, it's extra text to mash through in an RPG speedrun. Which is not to say, I wish you guys didn't meet the incentive. I'm glad the incentive was met, because it is fun bringing all these party members along. It's just something to keep in mind of how this fight's going to be a little bit different than in Pajamas. There's Buzz Buzz right there. And who's this guy? The red cap. And the yellow backpack. Just don't hit repair. There we go. This will be our last trip out of bounds. Knock on wood. Last trip out of bounds. Go fight Gaius. Look, there's Robo Pokey and Robo Bubble Monkey trailing behind. I really like Bubble Monkey. Look at all this spray lag. Ooh, gear check, gear check. Sea pendant. Badge. Rabbit's foot. So the strategy for the fight's going to be almost the same here as it is with Pajama Percent. Normally Ness would either be an extra damage dealer or at least trying to paralyze Pokey and play a little bit supportive on the first turn. Ness obviously isn't here. So that's different, but the objective is the same. Get up our PK shield so that Gaius doesn't obliterate the party, and then take out Pokey as fast as we can. Because as soon as we get through the first phase of the fight, everything kind of slows down a little bit. Slows down is the wrong word. It's a lot less tense once you get through the first phase of the fight. There's a lot less pressure on you. As I said, though, we bring all these extra characters along, which also has an effect on the fight in kind of a indirect way. But we also brought Buzz, so it's not all bad, because Buzz's program, her battle script, is to open every fight, go first every time, and open every fight with a PK shield. So Paula, Buzz didn't go first. Buzz, where you at? I was just talking about you. There's my PK shield. So I'm lucky. We got the weaker attack there. Buzz usually goes first. I can't believe Buzz didn't go first. But we got the free shield, and Buzz is gonna recast that shield every couple of turns, so I don't have to worry about it. Which means Paula can just deal damage, and Bubble Monkey can too. I can just focus on everybody dealing damage. I'm not gonna risk the Star Storm. Oh. The drawback is our guest party members are attacking Gaius, and that damage is getting reflected. But thankfully, our guest party members can't deal a ton of damage. Come on, people. Yeah, I'm not gonna have Pooh for the second phase of the fight, it looks like. Wow, especially since his damage was not great. He gut saved. Oh. Gut saved that beauty. Come on. Come on. Pick him up. That's fine. We're gonna block that. Come on, Jeff. That was... Oh, that's right. Pooh doesn't get full healing from Pooh. That's okay. He probably won't get a Star Storm off. I don't think the Bold Egg would have saved him anyway, but he might have been able to get one spell off. Sorry, we got through the first phase of the fight. So things is good. I've never seen Buzz not go first here. I was just stunned. I thought it was just hard-coded that she goes first. I didn't realize it was still checking the speed stat. Man. Alright, Dragonite. Let's get some damage down. Jeff can't really help me out anymore at this point. Alright, got one Star Storm off. Unfortunately, Buzz is gonna keep using this shield every 2 turns, even though at this point, her shield doesn't work on this form of PK attacks, as you can see. Get in there, Bubble Monkey. Go ahead. That 1 damage crit hit. Oops. Well, it's gonna die anyway. One more super bomb. Then I'll have to start using freezes. I'm definitely gonna eat that bread roll. There we go. You 4, the only 4 fighting for justice. Paula, the Flying Man, Bubble Monkey, and Buzz. Just like everybody expected. Actually, Flying Man's knocked out too, isn't he? I'm probably not gonna need these 30 hit points, but I'd rather have them and not need them. This shield, though. Oh, Pokey's here too. I completely forgot about Pokey. That's still 4. What am I doing? Paula and Pokey, and how did I forget Pokey? Paula, Pokey, Buzz, and the Bubble Monkey. Please don't soft lock. Nothing bad happened, please. Okay, good. So if you do something wrong, there's a couple things that you can accidentally skip, still get to the Gygas fight, and not actually be able to finish the game. And this is where the game would soft lock, is on this first cutscene. At least this is the only place I've seen it soft lock at the Gygas fight, is on that cutscene. And that Saturn takes a long time to come back sometimes. It's so sad. It just takes his time. Yeah. Pokey. I really like how Bubble Monkey's still going at it, by the way. 1 hit point of damage. It's a consistent 1 hit point of damage from Bubble Monkey. Like, Bubble Monkey has no idea how they got here, but they're gonna give it their all, fight to the end, clearly. Bubble Monkey is no quitter. Poor Monkey is scratching his head. guy gets dodged quickly. Almost there now. Almost there. Oh, with this PK shield. Ah, girl. Who's next? Is Frank next? I think it's Frank next. Yeah, the burger shop. And then the next thing's a little bit sad in this category. Go back. Yeah, this burger shop does have flies in it all of a sudden. This is so sad. Because Nessa's mom's like, oh no. What happened to my baby? Something terrible's happened. His mom and his sister and his family and his dog all get together to pray for the safety of Ness and his friends. But Ness isn't here. Ness is long gone at this point. Like, yes, he's in danger, but not the kind of danger you might think he's in right now. Right. Last shield of the game, right? Don't make me lose a turn, guys. Don't do it. So we're gonna see one more shield. This is playing EarthBound at a friend's house. Oh, 33 damage. We're high rolling now. Bubble Monkey. Bubble Monkey. Chill out. It's okay. It's almost over, Bubble Monkey. No! No, I'm so sick of seeing the shield right now. I know, my psychic shield is incredibly strong right now. Man, look, it's a good thing I used that dinner roll too. Look at my hit points. I'd be at what, 2 hit points right now? I'd be dead right now. And I lost another turn. Look at this. I can't believe I actually needed that dinner roll in the end. See another. Let me finish this run, please, game. Please. Don't do this. Don't do. I'll be so upset. I'll be so incredibly upset. Thank you. I'd never play this game again. I would never play this game again. Never again. If I lost it at this point. I just turned the console off, and I've got another speedrun next, so I guess I'd do that, but I've just never played this game again. It tried. It thought about it. He was thinking about it. I guess in one way it would be impressive if Gaius managed to pull out the win that there. Sans kept praying, Ness is not. Well, my time started a little late. I had 1:46:15 on my side. But now, I'll get something a little bit different here in this, this little first little section of the post-Gaius fight. And then we'll get into the rest of the incentives, which are bringing Paula home, and will we be running the credits? We find out if we'll be running the credits.
All right, I'm gonna pull an executive order. Go ahead and play the credits. I will be doing a donation later on for $15. That'll actually upgrade us to do even more swag for you awesome people.
Nice.
So roll them credits.
Sounds good. Before we do all that, we got a little bit more cutscene to get through here. Buzz is still there on the screen. And between runs, I actually checked because I got curious. I think in the Game Boy Advance version of Mother 1 and 2, it's possible through poison damage to defeat Gaius through damage rather than praying 9 times. And what actually happens is that one scene there where it goes back to Ness's mom and the sister and the dog, just back to Ness's house. Those sprites are on the screen, but it's at the it was still inside, right in front of where the Gaius fight starts. So Ness's family's there, and Gaius, and Pokey, and I think your 4 robot bodies are all just there on the screen at the same time. It's really, really weird, and then it just fixes itself and ends as normal, but I don't know if that's specific to that version, or if you can do that in the Super Nintendo version as well, but I got curious what would happen if you managed to pull off a glitch and be able to do that. But look, there's some kid on the screen here. The red cap and the yellow backpack again. Right? This means Ness is not Sans, because Ness is Ness, and he's here. And even though we didn't see him at all during the game, he's here at the end when the universe has been saved and Gaius has been defeated, right? Like, maybe he's been asleep here. I don't know, something to do with Magic Hand or something. He's actually just been here the whole time, right? I mean, that's a plausible explanation for how the story works out in this universe, right? Who's gonna go home? PSI, farewell! I always thought the letters were the coolest thing when I was a kid. It's such a nice little touch at the end. So just gonna go with his dad. And that just leaves Paula and Ness, right? And presumably they just met for the first time. But Ness is gonna walk Paula home because he's a nice, he's a gentleman, he's a nice guy. And he's gone. And Bubble Monkey's here, and Pokey's here all of a sudden. And Buzz was here the whole time. And Ness never existed because he's not here, because he's somewhere else. That, I maintain, confirms the theory that Ness is a certain other character from that certain other game that nobody wants to talk about. Unfortunately, this also means we're completely soft-locked here. And I know there are incentives, and we're gonna do the incentives. Don't get me wrong. But if I try to go save the game, I can't because it's the end of the game and Dad won't save my game. If I get to winners, I can save my game in winners, but I don't have teleport because Paul doesn't have teleport and everybody else left. If I had Ness would be able to teleport, but Ness isn't here. And yeah, if I try to walk out of Saturn Valley, we haven't finished Threed, so you can't go that way. And even if you could, you can't get through Tucson, and you cannot get through Onet because all the roadblocks are still in the way because we haven't played the game yet. So what I'm going to do is just load a different file in. It's the magic of a Super EverDrive. And when I remember to go out of bounds, we'll be doing the incentives this way. If somehow you either cleared out the zombie invasion in Threed, or you just use the Game Shark or whatever, you can do all these things without needing Game Sharks, or Game Shark codes or anything like that. I'm just using a separate save file just because it saves so much time off the speedrun. Like if we had to add in the 3 zombie invasion, I don't even know how much extra time that would be. Just to be able to run the credits and do some post-game stuff without cheating. But this is otherwise an identical point in the game, other than the names are going to be different, obviously. And the first thing we're going to do is bring Paula back home before we do anything else. And normally it would be Ness. I'm escorting Paula home, but this time it's Pokey, because Pokey's still following us around. By the way, what happened to Pokey? Like, Pokey's just gone. Ooh, I guess the one difference here is I don't have Buzz. Ooh, I should go make an extra save for that. But, yeah, where'd Pokey go? Like, he's missing again. He's really good at going missing, apparently, and making everybody worry. Somewhere down here, I promise you, is the Tucson drugstore, is the Tucson department store. I think. Man, tell me I didn't pass it. No, I got my town map. There we go. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. So like I said, every time I've done this, something different has happened. So let's see what happens this time. Because again, I've only got one actual party member, and that's, she's called Lucky in this case. And she turns to Ness. Thank you, Ness, for escorting me home. Something I wanted to say, but I forgot what it was. Goodbye, so long, see you later. She walked through the door and gate. Oh. Ooh. We are in a loop. Game over loop. Yep. So we're just gonna continuously game over here, because we have no hit points. You saw what name? You saw nothing. Who is Dusty? Dusty must be Jeff. Dusty must be Jeff in this one. So that is one of the possible outcomes there. I have screenshots. I swear this has happened. I have not been able to replicate it to save my life. But one time when I walked Paula back home, the game froze. It thought it was frozen. I let it sit for like a minute or two, and then all of a sudden, it let me run around the map with Pokey as the only person in the party. It let me open up the menu, go check his inventory, which was extremely bugged out, as you might imagine. But I was able to walk around as Pokey just by himself. I swear it happened, and I didn't catch it on video because I wasn't streaming. You should always, at least local record, maybe doing any kind of speedrunning practice, anything like that. And I didn't follow that advice, and I didn't catch it on film. I'm so upset. But I think I had, you know what? I think I had Picky in the party when I did it. So I do. I need to go pick up Picky when I do this next time. But you can walk around as Pokey and Picky in a party by themselves, and if you open up the menu, there's no party members at the bottom. If you open up the inventory, their inventory is full and there's nothing in it. There's a lot going on there if you try to play through the game that way. Then we're just gonna kill Pokey over and over again. Move. Wait. Is Pokey Papyrus? Is that what the other half of the theory is then? Because I thought Papyrus was supposed to be a Starman. And that's why he's got the cool armor with the design on it that I think Sans carefully points out to us. So we're gonna roll. What I'm working on now is rolling the credits. I really am. I know it looks like I'm starting to play again, but no, I'm trying to go roll the credits. But again, we haven't done the start of the game on this save yet. So we'll have to get through this little bit of text again. Oh shoot, I could have just talked to Mom. Actually, I found out. It's Pajama Percent where I have to go through this, I think. Oh, well, that's alright. In Pajama Percent, if you want to roll the credits, I think you have to do up to this point in the prologue. You at least have to, do the first part. Where Pokey's gonna start knocking on the door. Fight Starman Jr., aren't we? Yep. This won't take very long. I have to see another PK shield, aren't I? I am. Get out of here. Now we can finally go home. Hospital text. Yes. Okay. Alright. Thank you. Oh, we skipped Photo Man too. Good. So now finish the game and roll the credits. If I bring Pokey and Picky back home now, that also causes a bit of a glitch. But it would cost about like 7 minutes to do it again. But now start the credits, which are so much fun. The music in the credits is so good. But that is going to do it for EarthBound speedrunning tonight. Sheesh. Starman finally decided to let me win a match, win a fight.
Yeah, if we had to describe your run in one word, it would be Starman for sure.
My gosh.
So what made you decide to make up Pokey Percent?
I got bored. I'll tell you exactly what it was. That skip that we do in 3, where I have to run around and get the game over underground in 3. I tried it for one day and I just had so much trouble. I was like, well, forget it. I'm just not gonna learn any more pajama percent because I don't want to learn this new trick. It's terrible. So I found another way to play through the game because I wanted to keep doing EarthBound speedruns, but I didn't want to do that. And then it ended up being not as hard as I thought it was when I finally put some time into it later. But if that never got it added in, I probably wouldn't have bothered. At least wouldn't have bothered to learn it when I did.
Yeah, definitely. Have you looked at any EarthBound hacks from time to time?
I have not played any of them. I know the first one everyone usually mentions when it comes to EarthBound hacks is the Halloween hack, and I have not played through that. I've heard that one's exceptionally hard, though. I did try, because there's a randomizer for everything now, I did try an EarthBound randomizer that randomizes entrances, and that was something else. I do not recommend that one. You just end up in very, very bad places at level 1.
Yeah, if you want RNG handed to you on a platter and be like, good luck, yeah. Yeah, it's crazy seeing 2 EarthBound runs back to back like this is pretty cool, especially with it being like 2 different categories, as different as they are. But it was a tough decision choosing between this and Buzz percent. I had to get Hunter in on the action, so GG him to picking this one. I think it was a good choice.
Wait, what's Buzz percent?
I might have to let Hunter do that one because I honestly I couldn't actually comprehend it myself. So hopefully
can we get a call? Is he around?
He should be. He was in chat earlier. So. Yeah, we can definitely bring him in. Won't be an issue. We can do an interview right now. So come on, Hunter, if you're still available, come on, boy. We've already slipped out.
So one of the many things you skip in Pajama Percent is the photo guy. And, actually, I wonder if I can. No, I won't be able to because I'm not technically out of bounds. You see, Buzz is still here. But if you have somebody to walk out of bounds at this point, you can actually run away from Photo Guy even here. And he's just chasing you, dragging the camera around and chasing you, trying to take a photo. Because your sprite's actually buried under there in the void somewhere. You just can't see it. That's why Buzz is on the screen.
I mean, you love Photo Guy, but he's just so creepy.
Yeah.
Super creepy. Fuzzy Pickles.
And the game doesn't hard code the photos into the credits or anything. It's not like, oh geez, there's no way you'd be able to skip this photo guy. We're just gonna put a picture there. No, the only picture we're going to see is this one in the Tenda Village and the one that he just took for the credit scene. And that's it. It's gonna skip all the other photos, even if there's no way to legitimately skip them, because some of them are optional. It just doesn't. There's just no photo, so we're just gonna see this for the whole credit sequence.
That's amazing.
Oh
Hey,
yeah, I didn't
Hunter.
even mention that. Hunter's right. Ness isn't in the photo either. It's
Oh.
Pokey.
That's hilarious. Sorry, man. Come in the Discord, Hunter. Sorry. I'm starting to feel my my sleep wearing off. Started really early this morning. First for the Nintendo Direct, then getting ready for the marathon. So.
So what we learned in the Nintendo Direct, because I didn't catch it. Well, you know what? I don't.
Oh man.
See, I don't know if you want to give spoilers for chat, but I want the spoilers. I want to know what was there.
All right, I'll give chat the choice. Should we talk about the Direct, or do we want to keep it secret for anyone that may or may not have got burned by the Grinch leak? As I wait for the delay. I do know one thing though, we do have a lot of incentives coming up next couple days, so it's gonna be crazy.
Yeah, what's the next one that would be closing? I don't have the list in front of me.
All right, let's see. Well, that's why I've got my awesome host dashboard. So the next one's gonna be the Project M in-game tag. And then there's also going to be a bid war. Let's see. Just a sec. We do have Fox's color scheme for Project M. And we have another one for Project M that is U sunglasses for Diddy Kong and Squirtle. So those are the next ones coming up in sequence. But we got a lot of cool, awesome stuff like on Let's Tap, play Tap to the Papaya, which is, I guess it's kind of a meme song. But it's a neat, unique game. It's going to be a race with Commander and Count Ruby. And then El Nacho is putting up a $15 donation incentive for the Freedom Planet 2 sample version showcase. That's another fun thing. We do have, I'm going to check on some bid wars again, because I know we have a lot more of those. For Mario and Sonic at the London 2012 Olympic Games, we do have a character choice of Sonic, Shadow, Metal Sonic, Yoshi, Daisy. So that's up for grabs. And for the first time ever, on Saturday, we do have a donation to bid war for lead character choice for Sonic Mania Plus with Argic. So it's going to be really neat. You get to choose who's going to be in the lead. We have Sonic Solo, we have Sonic and Tails, we have Sonic and Knuckles, Tails as the lead, Knuckles, Mighty, and Ray. So lots more to come, and that's just the tip of the iceberg. And of course we have all that awesome Speedy Fist action with all the fighting games and brawlers in this marathon. Yeah. So there's a lot of awesome stuff coming.
And Gundam. That's the first milestone run. Would be the Gundam Battle Assault Seed.
Yes, indeed.
So a lot of Gundam speedruns for sure.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, and that's really cool. We had DB Arcade is actually living in Japan right now. He is going to be running, starting off our Dragon Ball Z block tomorrow with Super Budokan 2. And then he'll be coming back later on for the Battle G Gundam, which is one of my favorite series in the Gundam series. So when we do hit $100, which I'm pretty sure we should by that time, right after that run, we'll be doing the Gundam Battle Assault Seed bonus run. So that should be a lot of fun. And speaking of Commander, hello, Commander. I see you in chat. But yeah, so many things to look forward to in this marathon. Some funny things like Shenmue 2, we had the duck race mini game. It was a lot of fun. We do have Star Wars Rogue Squadron to turn the V-Wing into a flying car. Definitely something you don't usually see every day. We do have the blindfolded Bakun fight in Star Fox 64, and then we have the Venom 1 expert cockpit only mode. So if you thought expert mode was crazy in regular mode, check it out in cockpit mode. You want to make sure you have yourself a barf bag because it's crazy. It's cockpit mode. Yeah, we're just talking about the Let's Tap race. It's going to be a lot of fun, very unique. I hope someone is going to be on webcam tomorrow just to show that off. I think Gooby said he was. That's going to be a very, very unique run. That's something we were trying to do with this marathon, is we wanted to show more diversity. That's what you guys wanted, so that's what we tried to do, and hopefully, we have definitely a better mix of games this time around. I'm personally impressed with the schedule myself. Have a lot of fun things going on.